I am here with Penny Lacroix on the subject of the Keys House. What's your position here?
I'm the museum director at the Westford Historical Society.
What kind of duties does that entail?
Pretty much everything here at the museum. I do all of the volunteer management, taking care of the collections, putting up exhibits, answering research requests.
And what do you know about the Keys House?
Well, it was one of the very early homes in Westford. It's not clear whether it really truly was the first house. There have been other houses that were older that have burned down, of course, which is really a problem. It is a typical kind of layout for a house of that time, with a big center chimney. And it has a lot of original details still in it, which is unusual for houses of that age. So many times, like, people in the 1800s would have taken down the center chimney and put up two chimneys on the end, a smoke oven in it, and beehive oven. And I know the family that's in it now has done a lot of work to preserve it. It's good to have people that are willing to do that in an old house while still making it practical.
In your opinion, do you think Solomon Keyes did build it?
Probably. He was one of the original settlers of Westford, so it would make sense that.
Is that built?
I think so. Yeah. One of the neat things about it is that it has a big rock in the basement, like a big boulder, and the house just like sits on the boulder. I mean, it has a foundation also. But you go down in the basement and there's this huge rock there. And I can't imagine that if somebody had moved the house at some point that that they would have put it on top of it.
And what year was it built in?
1664.
Is there a website for the museum?
The website is westford.com/museum.
SK for Solomon Keyes. I am here with Mrs. Abby Gilbert and her husband Phil Gilbert. When did you buy the house?
Let's see, it was 16 years ago, yeah, whatever that is.
And why did you pick it?
Because we love old houses. We had been caretakers of an older home in Wayland and had spent sort of 10 years taking care of that place. And so this, when we saw the floor plan here, it was very similar, sort of, I think it was a sentimental attachment that we had to the place in Wayland.
And when you bought it, what kind of condition was it in?
Horrible condition. Yeah, raccoons had been living there for maybe 2 or 3 years. The woman before us had sort of bought it and then lived in her other house in Concord, so left it somewhat unattended. And mostly animals were inhabiting it. So, and the house was sinking pretty much into the basement. So Phil, being a carpenter by trade, basically had to rebuild the sills and jack up the house and create a new foundation for the house. So yeah, it was in pretty tough shape.
Was it difficult to make livable?
Well, I guess that's relative. Yeah, I would say that many families wouldn't have survived or come out quite the same way. We're very patient, process-oriented people, so we've made the best of it, but we have been living in it as we go. We spent a year or more without a true kitchen, that we were sort of working out of the dining room and in the living room, and at any given time we've had complete rooms open to the basement, torn out walls. So I guess probably most people would say it was difficult, but it's been all right.
And overall, are you very happy that
Yes.
you bought the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for your interest.